Thank you very much. Welcome. We're missing so many people today, so for sure we are recording. And we'll call in, well, Bramwin should be here. Mayor Totten, Freddie and Alteri are traveling, safe travels, and Cassie is at the emergency vet with her sweet dog. And I asked her what her dog's name was, but she didn't write back. So we'll light some candles for her dog who's having an emergency. Let's start by choose a card. How are you today?
Oh.
Find a card visually, face up. How are you feeling today?
That is a loaded question today.
Well, find a card that looks like it.
Okay.
I will go last because I'm going to move to my altar.
Sounds good.
I don't want
Let's
to
all
do this.
just go sit on our altars.
I don't want to do this in my office. I need different energy.
There you go.
All right.
This is so cute.
And today's animal is a bull.
On your t-shirt? Uh-oh, you're frozen. Or am I frozen?
No, you're
Tony's frozen.
There he is.
There you are. Oh, I see the bull.
Yep. There's a bigger one on the back.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And what was the event?
It's a restaurant in South Beach called Tapas y Tintos.
Nice.
Really good. I went there before I was vegan, so.
Yeah, right. Like going to Spain and saying, I don't eat meat. They look at you like,
this shirt is like, you know that movie, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
yeah.
So my brothers and I share this shirt.
Okay.
So whenever we travel to each other's house, we leave it there.
Oh, nice. That's great.
So what was the question? How are we arriving today?
Yep.
All right.
Every card feels like, yep, that's, yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding also. More than one is okay.
That's good. They're all picking up. But that would be the case with a great deck, right? A deck that's in communion with you is
I think so.
that it's always, at least in part, true. Man, these are great cards. Great deck.
I'm using a deck today that you guys haven't seen.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. How many decks do you have, Kathy?
Oh, I don't know. I probably should not ever count.
Because my boyfriend, every time he comes over, he goes, God, you have a lot of tarot cards or tarot decks. And I went, honey, this is only like a small portion. I have other ones in boxes, like tucked away. He goes, you've got to be kidding me. I said, nope. They just, people send them to me, or, oh, I got to have that one. I mean, it just, they accumulate real quick. Like my daughter's the same way. She's got her stash. So
yeah. Well, Shay always says that it's and Letitia also talks about how it's an art museum in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so it looks like Branwen is coming. She was processing something to make tea. Okay, so I'm gonna go first. this is the card I chose, which is
Oh,
the
wow.
chariot, because I wish that I had antlers sometimes. I think that would be really cool.
Oh,
And it feels like a moment of pause before some sort of action. I don't know what that is. Just like ready to get out of the way of I'm not sure what, but yeah. All right. And I'm gonna pass it to Janet because you look ready. And this is the deck. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Wow.
no, what is it called?
The Queer Crow Death Magic Tarot.
Geez, that's a mouthful. Okay.
This is a person who makes lino cuts and does the hand printing and then reproduce the cards that way. So these are all simple lino cuts and they're just beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
could you repeat that one more time? Because that is quite a queer
The Queer Crow Death Magic Tarot.
death magic tarot.
So
All right,
this,
Janet.
this is, I have three because they tell a story. The
Yeah.
first one I burst out laughing at is the chariot. That's funny. The chariot, but she's riding a snail. And the
Oh,
reason I burst out laughing is this is how I feel, is it's so fucking slow. Like, when are we
Oh,
going to do something about the state of now? She seems pretty placid about it, but I'm not. And then the next one, man, this speaks to my heart. So here's Justice with her sword, and she's sitting on top of what could easily be a prison. You know,
that prison.
oh
It looks
wow.
like Jerry's
that's
prison.
Jerry's prison. Where, by the way, Epstein may or may not have committed suicide. Anyway, I have such, having gone through that experience. I mean, you know, the the Americans that are being shipped off to prisons is just okay. But then this is a heartbreaker, but this is how I feel.
Yeah.
So this is the tower.
Yeah.
And what we're doing in the witch sequence is loving. That's what reverence and devotion is, but it's disintegrating in our hands, and we have to love reverence and devotion. Life is fragile. Handle with reverence. Anyway, this is how I feel. This is exactly how
Mhm.
I feel. So
Hmm.
that's me.
I always think of the tower in that deck as we could also identify with that woman adding stability to the crashing and burning. Hi, Branwen. Welcome. We are recording because this is our small group today. Look in your deck and find a card that describes how you are arriving today. And Janet, who do you who do you
I'm
want to pass?
arriving late.
There's not a card for that. It's not a big deal.
I'll pass it to Sandra.
Well, I also have the tower, but to
Mm,
me, it represents letting go of all the blockages and old ways of doing things, old ways of feeling, and embracing the new.
okay. All right. You want to pass it, Camellia or Tony?
Tony.
All right. So, I arrived defeated, from work. However, come on. I'm feeling like I'm swinging and battling it out, with the prince, with the Princess of Swords, because she's like just going at it, swinging away,
Yep.
whatever's going on around her. I also picked the Tower card because I want to break down and change how I'm arriving so I can be better. And so transitioning to the Chariot as well
Oh, how funny.
is how I want to be here.
3 chariots out of 4 people So
And
interesting.
a couple of tower cards, right? Or was it just Sandra?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Janet had the tower also, and so did Sandra. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we're
It-
pretty aligned today.
Yep. I'll pass it to Camelia, right? You haven't gone yet?
Okay. My cards are quite different. The first one I chose was from my. This is both from my Mother Peace Tarot. And this one is the Star, which I love this card. It just speaks of quiet and peacefulness and tranquility, which is what we also desperately want right now, and what I certainly need. Just before I jumped on here, I was taking such a long nap. I'm shocked that I woke up exactly at 5 o'clock and went, oh, I got to hurry up. So, anyway, that is my first card. The second card, I just love this is the Shaman of Swords, and I just love this picture because it's like her sword is her words.
Mm.
And to me, that speaks volumes because we all need to speak up, say what we need to say. We all have something to say with all that's going on in the world. And, there's more to this picture than just that, but that's what I get out of it right now. There's on the bottom of that card is a sword. It's kind of laying down, like she laid down the sword and said, nope, I'm not using my sword, I'm using my mouth. So I like that. I like that a lot.
Nice. Thank you. Brandon, go for it.
Brandon?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have two cards that were actually stuck together with my Tree Keeper's Oracle. I have here the Keeper of Shift.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it just feels like even though things don't necessarily feel like they're shifting in the right direction on a lot of fronts, the card that goes with it, which is the Keeper of Trust,
Mm. Mm.
is prompting me, and trust has come up a lot for me just recently. Trust the process, trust that things are exactly as they're meant to be, trust that everything's happening in its timing. It just feels like this shift that we are experiencing that feels so scary, and change feels scary at the best of times. And this is scary change. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily going in the right direction.
Right.
For our highest good. So I am again reminding myself to trust the process and trust that everything is happening exactly as it is meant to for our highest good and for our evolution and for for the shift of humanity to go in the right direction. So that's where I am today, and it feels like full time right now.
Full time. And you're still full time parenting, right? Your husband's still gone?
No, he's back.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
goodness. Yes, he's back.
Well, that's good. Wow. All right. Thank you, everybody. So let's see. I'm going to share the screen and we are going to dive in to the High Priestess. I love this quote for Martin Shaw. I don't know if everybody knows Martin Shaw, but he is my new obsession. Even as the world rages and bombs and betrays and subverts, this also is happening. Even as historic time and its terrors are upon us, this also has its hand raised to us, beckoning. That was something new that he wrote I really like that. A little bit of a reminder that we can have an undercurrent of beauty and art. I thought I would put her up there because I saw this. Mexico's president just sent rescue teams to Texas, I don't know, yesterday or the day before that, after all the hate, after all the anti-immigrant policies, racism, she still helped. That's leadership, that's power, that's a woman. I did a little bit of bibliomancy, and this is out of the Raven book that I have. It's all Raven art, and I thought this was interesting because most of the art in this book is either a photograph or a poem or a painting of the actual raven, but this one is the big picture. And so I thought, how perfect. We're stepping back a little bit, and we're not looking at the small details because that would make us scream and cry and bleed. And so we're looking at the whole landscape and finding our hope and our trust. Okay, so you know what I forgot? Sorry. I'm gonna have to go back and pull up my notes here. No, I can't do that. Hang on, I have to go get my phone. I'll be right back. Sorry about that.
Anyone else think it's interesting that we're doing High Priestess on the full moon?
So interesting. So perfect.
Yep.
While we're out, Janet, what does number 2 mean in numerology?
2. So if the masculine is the 1, then the feminine is the 2. And in one of these books I was reading, I don't know which one, I never thought about this about the 2, but the book said, look at the 2, right? You have these 2 side by side, and if you just do this, you have a vulva.
Oh,
I never, ever connected those dots.
Mm-mm. Me either. Okay, going back to share. So the high priestess is the female counterpart to the magician. Grab your journals. When you look at these 2 cards, write, when I am the magician, just a few quick ideas, the first things that come into your mind. When I am the magician, and then shift over to the high priestess. When I am the high priestess, when I am the high priestess, I. Okay. So I thought I would pull up my visual medicine pieces that I used for our Lucy and Michael art way back. The left was Lucy's art, and the right is Michael's art. In that context, Michael, the masculine, is the blue, and I think later on we talked about the masculine as being like a riverbank, which is the container for the creative, little bit more chaotic feminine, so that she can flow like a river. And then we realize, go ahead, Janet.
Go back. Go back. Does everyone see what I see, which is a feminine face in the upper left-hand corner with a long neck rising out of his energy, and she has a, a light on her third eye? I never saw that before.
Neither
Yes,
did I.
I
Nose,
see it.
mouth, right.
Yeah, clear as a bell.
Well, it also looks like maybe shoulders, head,
Oh,
skirt.
looking the other way. Got it.
Yeah, looking straight on. And it's so interesting,
That
right?
looks almost like an angel with wings.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
That-
Yeah. Right. I mean, these paintings are just amazing. And then, we put them together this way, and I think that's a really good, as I was studying the High Priestess and thinking back to the Magician, this really felt so solid to me as an idea that they both hold each other. Neither one of them exists on their own. Michael, anchor point; Lucy, also anchor point, magnetically needing each other. And then, so let's shift out of Lucy and Michael into our bigger cultural context. And if you have the Letitia Barbier book, you probably saw this picture. The High Priestess is the explosive collision of femininity, wisdom, and power, the affirmation of the feminine mystique in the realm of a patriarchal order. She also used the term Mother Church when she was writing about this. This picture was at the Met Gala when the theme was the Catholic Church. So that's what we're working under, is we're still in patriarchy. Maybe we won't be in 10 years, but we are still now. And this is maybe each of us snubbing our beautiful noses at it in a way. All right, back to tarot. The Magician, he's sort of actively working in most of the cards that we saw. Remember, he uses maybe tools, maybe he has a lab, he's an alchemist, he's working with his body, maybe the elementals. And in contrast, she sits, she intuits, she receives, she is in a state of being. Arthur Edward Waite, when he wrote about the High Priestess, said she's Shekinah, the feminine expression of God. So put Shekinah and what we know about that idea in the back of your mind as we're doing our tour. So the Magician is about doing, the active principle, and the High Priestess is about being. her crown is the same crown as Hathor, the sun held with two cow horns. Hathor was the consort to the sky god Horus and the sun god Ra. So Hathor was the symbolic mother of the earthly realms. And Hathor was also ultimate Egyptian femininity. The cow horns were were venerated in Egypt. They were holy creatures, and they represented motherhood and nourishment. Back to our tarot as color. Check this out. This is back. I think like what I did with Lucy and Michael. They're holding each other in bigger and bigger circles. The color is also different on this card than most of the cards in that deck. Turquoise waters maybe held by the banks of the gray rocks, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know, hard to tell here. So what do you guys see in this card to add to the High Priestess?
I see a heart in the middle with a blue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I see the importance of no matter what seems to drive us apart, which whatever it is in the middle, whoever it is on the outside, they continue to hold on to each other regardless of what is trying to tear them apart. That's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's at the center and everything is radiating out from her like spokes of a wheel almost, or flowing from her. It's almost like flowing out like river streams and energetic processes. It's beautiful. That tealy color is so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. So everything is flowing from her with a capital H.
So as I'm looking at this, what I wrote down when we had the little exercise of when I am the priestess, I wrote, when I am the priestess, I create and know my power and express it to the world through myself. And this feels like it actually represents that.
You just gave me chills. That's really lovely. I create and know my power and express it to the world. Was there more?
Through myself.
Yeah. That's really beautiful. And that's exactly this card, isn't it?
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I generally have a hard time with these color cards because I'm colorblind. But this one speaks.
So tell me, what do you see? Different grays?
So yeah, like I can see the blue color in the center, but the rest of it just kind of like muddy, like grays and like brown, like maybe muddy browns and stuff like that. I don't even know if any of those colors are in there, but
well, so yeah, turquoise in the center, but then the other circle with the spokes is more green. So that's probably why.
yeah, green I usually see as gray. That's my toughest color.
Interesting. But you saw a lot in this. Okay, so back to Rider Waite. Janet, talk to us about the number 2. We see the triple goddess here with the different moon. Her crown could also be the triple goddess, the waxing, waning crescent, and the full moon in the middle. These pillars are, let's see, the black and white, the duality, black and white, balancing masculine, feminine, and they're named after the Temple of Solomon had this kind of pillar representing duality and establishment. Also, the pillars are the establishment. So it occurred to me while I was thinking about her that in this particular card, she could actually be one of three pillars, right? So here are the three pillars, and I just sort of put her there. She is solid, she's seated, she's grounded, she's holding up a lot. And this one I saw also look like a pillar to me. This is a church window, and this is Mary Magdalene. So again, it's always we're reflecting back the our culture, what's driving our ideas. We're always, the church is above and around and in, and it's in the air we breathe right now. So back to this card and the symbols, pomegranates, right? Persephone coming up from the dark. So she's in front of that. She's maybe protecting the dark mysteries. Do we need to tell her a secret word to pass? Maybe we all have our own secret word. She's wearing a crown. So authority. She doesn't have everyday clothing on. She's got, she's in a temple setting with her robe. She's a spiritual guide. The cross is equal armed. It's not long on the bottom. So they think that this is representing the four elements. Her skirt here turns into water, and in lots of high priestess, it looks like water at the bottom. If anybody wants to dive into this, you certainly can, about the King Solomon's temple.
The moon in the water as well just really
Yep.
represents the pull of the tides and the cycles of the moon and
Yep.
that feminine energy as well.
Yep. The subconscious, the unconscious, right? The throne is all about stability. You can't knock her off this throne. She's holding this scroll. A lot of times it's a book. Sometimes you can't see the book. It's just it's obscured somehow. So she's protecting that inner wisdom. She's her wisdom is conveyed in symbols. So she's very mysterious. This is known as the psychic card. And as we pull back veils, we can reach more self-knowledge. And she's the portal. We walk right through. Here's a card that I love as the High Priestess, because I was so surprised to learn that this was the moon and not a rock that would maybe be in this amazing shell. So this is like, to me, it's like pulling the cosmos down to the earth, and it's got the water, and what am I, it's really to me sort of confusing. Where am I? Am I up by the moon? Am I in the ocean with the reflection there? So it's like pulling us to go beyond the surface. It's also talking about flow, like Branwen said. The tides are right there, the water. the spiritual principles of the universe, not man's principles. I mean, granted, this deck doesn't have any people in it, but this is really, bringing the cosmos into the whole idea. So what do you guys see in this?
I also see the divine feminine in the vulvic shape of the shell. And when you
Yeah.
see them in person, I actually have one right here. When you see them in person, that pearly pink inside.
Oh my gosh, that color.
Yeah,
It's
this
so
is a really
fleshy.
pale one, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's got that lovely pearly, like soft pink inside and everything. They're just beautiful.
Yeah. Very feminine.
Sorry,
Anybody else?
this card is from which deck?
Over here, the Spacious Tarot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, this really speaks to me. It's beautiful.
yeah, it's a really nice deck. This is oh my gosh, this is wrong. This is from the Golden Tarot, by Kat Black, Kat Black, and she took Renaissance art and pieced things together. So here we are back again with the spiritual principles. Here we have the columns, we have the throne, she's got on kind of the Pope hat again. She's holding a book. The book is locked. I'm not sure what is on this fabric. I'm kind of curious about that, but I couldn't find it. It looks like a bird to me, a bird in a tree, maybe.
When I zoomed in, it looked like a bird to me as well.
Okay. All right. And I love that her leopard is here, and I'm thinking that pulls us back to the fool who's got the instinct is represented by the creature who's always there saying, what about this? What about this? And even though she's inside, right, she's got this cat with her. So she's a little bit more feral than perhaps the Rider Waite, even though she looks so churchy. Okay, who wants to add anything to that?
The book that had the picture of Rihanna dressed as the Pope, what was the name of that?
Letitia Barbier's tarot is art, or I can't remember the name. Yeah.
Doesn't she, because I have the book, I just couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't she refer to this card as the Popus?
Yeah.
So this one feels very more Popus than like the regular cards
Yes.
do.
Yeah, that Pope hat.
Yeah.
Right, maybe the scepter. I don't know. Does the Pope carry this kind of a thing?
It's
Probably.
very shepherd's staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Popess.
Yeah, I think the look on her face is almost like I dare you to take this crown or whatever she wants to refer to it as off my head. I dare you.
Mm. She kind of looks like she trusts. She knows what she knows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's
Yeah.
not looking for any opinions.
No. She has the book in her hand, but it's not open. So maybe she read it, maybe she didn't. Maybe she's going to throw it in the fire. Who knows?
Well, that's an interesting idea, to get out from under patriarchy. I'm going to take this book and burn it.
Yes, yes. Patriarchy seems to be real good at that, burning books. So we can turn the tables and say, well, you have books we would like to burn as well. So Didn't see the uproar with that.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of creatures, these are from 3 different decks. Anima Mundi, Heartwood Tarot, and the Forager's Daughter that you've seen before. The owl is another goddess, Athena's messenger, coming right out of the dark with this scroll of wisdom, kind of like the owl delivering messages to Harry Potter.
Are those pomegranates at the bottom?
Yep. Yeah, sure looks like a pomegranate, doesn't it? You can see that little
Yeah.
piece there. Yeah, and a whole bowl of pomegranates here with the chickadee, again with the scroll. And this, I think, is representing a scroll. Here's that triple goddess drawn right out there. We haven't seen that yet quite so explicitly. I think this is interesting that neither of these gave the owl pupils. And granted, owls look like that, but these are really holes into the dark. You know, there's no, see how there's like the highlight there on the bird, and also you can see the eye here, but it seems pretty intentional that there's, look into my eyes and where have I fallen? Where have I gone? What portal did I go through? Anybody see anything else in these?
I was going to mention that the eyes too as the portal
Okay.
through to the whatever secrets she holds. And even when I do like shape shifting, eyes are my portal for shifting.
Uh,
So yeah, these are really cool. I love the little crown on the center card. Bird has a little teeny tiny crown on it.
I know. I know. I know. You know what? That can't be a chickadee because they don't, that's like a wren. The wrens have their tails boop sticking up like that. Chickadees just have short tails down. So I don't know what kind of wren that is, but it's not a chickadee. What do we know about wrens? Wrens, many of them nest on the ground, which is interesting. They're not tree birds. They're on the ground. So maybe that's pull like the beach card. It's pulling the cosmos because of the moon there and the stars down to the earth.
And I was just noticing that, they all have like the moon except for the one on the left, but the owl kind of looks like it's lit up by the moon, like that moon color.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Right, because they could have chosen a different what is that? Is that a barn owl, I think? They could have chosen an owl that's not white and yellow. Okay. Here's a cool card. This is the people who made this deck, the Heartwood Tarot, is made by the same people. This Adam Ohlers and Stephanie Burrows. She calls her company Three Trees Tarot, and she's made oracle cards and tarot cards, and he illustrates for her. So what do we see here with our friend the dragon?
She's holding the scroll kind of like the wren was in the other by the string.
So what would that mean that it's being held in an animal's mouth? I mean, the dragon could have it in one of his or her talons, but it's not speaking, you know, what sacred words, incantations. This one has the moon again, like the beach scene, like the shell holding the moon, the moon. Well, isn't there a goddess book drawing down the moon or something, Janet? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I like this. It's hard. The dragon fits so well into this landscape, and all the cards in this deck are like that, where it's kind of like you know, it makes me think of our labyrinth and the mound, that if I could just tweak my vision a little bit, maybe there are dragons all over the place, and we just haven't quite been able to see them yet. Tony, maybe you can do that because you're colorblind. There's a special gift that you have in your, or you know, if we could see heat or something, I don't know.
Oh, are those pomegranates on the tree? Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, good eye. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't notice that.
Forget what pomegranates mean.
Um, go ahead, Janet.
Sex.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I always thought of them as the seeds of life and rebirth and the whole Persephone tale in the underworld. And
Yeah, I think of Persephone, right? Didn't they say like you can leave the underworld, but you can't eat anything while you're there? And because she ate the pomegranate, she has to go
Yeah.
back
But
and
that's the patriarchal story.
okay.
We want to go to the story before.
Yes, we do. Are you pulling that up?
So I got fertility, abundance, and eternal life. So sex.
Okay. Okay.
I keep seeing the crescent moon in all of these cards, which I don't know, could or could not mean something, but it's just interesting that they all seem to have the crescent moon in these cards for the high priestess specifically.
I think that's the triple goddess, you know, maiden, mother, crone, birth, death, rebirth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's a fun one.
Pythia, Pythia.
Oh, yep. How perfect for us. So what do we see here?
here, the three-legged stool can represent some of those aspects of the triple goddess as well.
I
And
see a
Bram, go ahead,
serpent.
Sandra.
I see a serpent surrounding it up here. The head is towards her head.
Yep.
She's scrying with a bowl of, I'm assuming, water.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like either the top of the stool or even the bowl she's scrying in kind of that shape of the moon too, you know,
Yep.
moon, half
And
moon.
Totally.
It's
And
interesting that here she's in the High Priestess blue instead of the Pythia red that we usually see her in as well. She usually has the red robes.
mm-hmm. And I didn't know if the background behind her, I I keep thinking that it's knitting, like she's weaving. She's a weaver. Or maybe it's representing water, a really graphic water representation. And she's almost got the Mobius, almost. It's not quite an 8. The snake hasn't come together, but
Yeah, the most kind of mosaic background, like it's like more concentrated in the bottom, so it kind of reminds me of the air that used to come out, so kind of dissipating
okay.
goes upwards.
Oh,
Works.
And the shifts in the shapes also look a little bit like it could be the tides or the water, or
Mm.
I think that could be a representation of the water. The way it gets so narrow at the bottom, it's almost like shifting tides.
mhm. And so what do we think the snake is about?
Pulling
Almost,
in that feminine knowledge, right? That ancient
Earth.
Lith knowledge.
And the snake is really holding it all. Like the snake is going to have the last word.
it's the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I see the
putting
snake, the way
portal.
it's wrapped around her but not touching her is protection.
Oh, nice. Uh-huh.
Almost like
The
it's
earth
whispering
wisdom.
into her ear too. It's like it's
Mm,
sharing knowledge with her as
mm-hmm.
well.
What do you think, Griffin? What do you see?
Hi, Griffin. Oh, you good boy.
Oh.
But it's got horns
Mm-hmm.
for the crown.
And just such a good reminder that even though we saw the Popess, like a lot of the stuff in this card as shaman
Yes.
is the same.
The same.
The way that she's squatting is it just feels like that really ancient female birthing pose, almost like she's getting ready to give birth or representing that creation aspect to a degree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she's on the red circle, uh, giving her blood back to the planet. A little bit of red tent action there.
I see that as what do they call that? The cushion
Santa?
that people meditate on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I can't think of the name of it, but that's what it reminds me of. She's not exactly in a meditative pose, but yeah, that's what I saw when I looked at it.
Okay, our dust to onyx. So this one is called the shaman, and um, I read in the book about this because she often brings up different ideas. through that portal is the deep darkness and also the truth. The darkness and the truth. Navigating the dark is a trait of the high priestess. Seeking truth is an aspect of the high priestess. The truth of the world is so much more vast than what is in front of our eyes. This is part of her mixed media. This is cosmos that she used to make this crown. And again, weaving, you know, that looks like you know, that
Burlap.
like, yeah, burlap, thank you. With the cosmos back there and her ceremonial garb. This is so similar to this,
Yeah.
right? Very, very sacred. This is not everyday wear.
Mm.
And again, the eyes.
Mm.
Where are the eyes? What, Sandra?
Yeah, you're right. They're hollow.
Yeah.
That balance between what looks almost like holographic cosmic galaxy light above with the really earthiness and coarse texture of the burlap is really interesting.
Yeah.
In that balance or that dynamic of you know, heaven and earth,
Mm-hmm.
light and dark.
Mm-hmm. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. I really like that weaver idea.
Well, they're also shaped like crescent moons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And her pendant, even though it's not a pomegranate, could almost represent it. It almost looks like little seeds or, you know, beads or whatever.
Oh, here?
Like when it's sliced open type of thing.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
really
let's. Is there a pomegranate at all here? Will the red circle?
Maybe on her crown, it's hard to see. It was on her crown.
or on the pillar.
The red, yeah.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Like the cross, the one with the spokes.
Yeah, the up here. Yep. Okay. This is the deck that has all sort of misunderstood women.
There's all those eyes we've been missing.
There's all those eyes on one card. Right. So the high priestess must be talking about dreams also and visions if we have Hildegard as an aspect. I thought that a story about Hildegard where she was sick and she couldn't get better and she couldn't get better, and then she started writing down her visions and then she was able to get better. And so it was, she could heal from this crazy fever after she trusted and gave her visions weight.
What deck is this?
It's called R Tarot.
R is in the letter?
O-U-R.
Oh, you are.
Yep. So I think all that is, you know, the high priestess, she trusts
Yep.
her voices, her visions, everything she does in the mystical world. Hildegard also made her own symbolic language.
Wrote the first opera.
Right, music, yes. The most abstract language, music, or I shouldn't say the most, a very abstract language, music.
The eyes almost feel a little bit sinister in this, like they're watching and overseeing to a degree, almost like the church watching a little bit, like she's under the scrutiny of the church all the time, or she's having to watch what she says and does because there's so many eyes on her.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And down at the bottom, like under her feet, there's a lot of things there. There's people on the side. Are those angels? Are those soldiers? It's
Saints.
really hard to tell.
Church guys.
Yeah.
Church guys, yeah. And then, like I said, all that other stuff,
This
under her feet. I don't know. It's almost like she's walking through garbage or something. I can't even figure it out.
I think
Oh.
they're representing gold here.
Oh, gold. Okay. Okay.
So maybe we're back to the alchemy idea. These cards aren't printed that well.
Mm.
You can see, I think it's because of how they put them together. You can see that this is mixed media and
Okay.
literally cut from something before everything was done digitally. So the resolution isn't great. It's pixelated.
Okay.
But I don't know. I have the feeling that it's gold. I'm not sure what this is. They in the book for this deck, they mostly tell the story of the person. So they mostly talked about Hildegard.
The
And
stuff coming down onto her head is the famous painting. This is how it was portrayed that she was receiving visions. So
okay,
just like the
All right.
Joan was a painting, this is a famous painting of her receiving her visions.
it doesn't have eyeballs in it though, does it?
No, I don't think so. But that weird stuff coming down is part of the
Tentacles.
painting. Yeah, it looks creepy, but it's the original painting.
And she's making music here. Is that in the painting?
I'm trying to remember this. I
So
don't
other
know.
paintings I've seen have more like fire coming down, and I'm wondering if that's like an artistic representation of fire coming down,
Could totally
like
be
her
fire.
inspiration. It just looks kind of like an alien octopus or something trying to pull her
Yes.
up into the ceiling. But I think it's supposed to be licks of fire or flame
Yeah.
or
Okay,
divine inspiration.
here's the original.
All right, I'm gonna stop so
All
you
right, you're
can
gonna
share
give me permission.
your co-host.
Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
See
There
that
we go.
Oh yeah.
stuff coming
Huh.
down? And he's like trying to take notes. So this is her having her vision. And yeah, still, I can't tell 100% if she's writing.
See, he's weird again because it looks like he's staring at her through a hole in the wall, like he's spying on her. That's almost like
Well,
his
but
eyes above.
they were anchorites. They were locked.
Yeah.
That's what.
I thought anchorites tended to be women. I didn't know there were male anchorites. I always thought that was
No, the men were there, and they would like bring them the
oh,
food. They'd
she's
open
the
the hole in the
anchorite.
door, so he could, just like the woman could watch the mass through a screen. Obviously, he's listening, watching. I mean, because the church was like very jealous. What are you doing?
Because Hildegard was never an anchoress, was she? Was she?
That may not be. Well, she was the head of a. She was the head
She
of
was,
a
yeah, she was the head of an order. I don't
convent.
think she was ever an anchoress. But that is almost like she's being overseen in that
Well, it
image.
says she's passing it on to her scribe, so I don't know that she's being overseen or if he's
Yeah.
just taking notes.
Through the window.
Yeah, I think so. I'll see what I can find here about the.
and 2 columns again. So that's
Yeah.
really reflecting the high priestess, or the high
Mhm.
priestess is reflecting her. Wait, wasn't she in like a regular convent and then she was like, this
She
isn't for me?
founded a convent at Disibodenberg, where she was the Mother Superior in 1136.
Wow.
And then she founded 2 others. She was a big, big, big deal.
Mhm.
The Beguines were all followers of hers as well, in different sects and things. She was amazing.
Mhm.
She was practicing medicine when it was illegal for women to practice medicine, and she wrote her own physic book. She's a superstar. And she was constantly writing to the Pope and telling him off for his priests being dirty old men who were, you know, mishandling little boys and nuns and things within the church. And she was trying to tear him a new one over it.
So we've been having that for 900 years, huh?
Yep.
Okay. How fabulous. Okay, so now here we come to this one for you Thoth lovers. This card, I think, is just like the ultimate in High Priestess. So some people believe that this card, the woman behind is not the High Priestess. The veil is the High Priestess. And let's see, how does this go? The High Priestess is a luminous veil of light. She has the same crown, right? Hathor's crown. She's definitely got the crescent moons here. Look, Lucy's here in the rainbows, the cow horns. She has the infinity, just like Fortuna, in front of her eyes. So this is the opposite of the Rider-Waite, because in this one the human is behind the veil. The veil is separating her. So let's do pretend that she is a person. The veil is separating her from these objects, meaning plentiful resources, flowers and fruit, pine cones, crystals. Pretty often in Thoth, the crystals are about, your visions, and it's not about like a diamond. But one of the explanations is this veil is helping her to see the reality of everything in the tangible world. It's letting her and that would be our ultimate, would be able to have the eyes of this person to look and say, oh, all this wealth is really this. Instead of being sort of mesmerized by simple appearances. The
And your
forms are,
Weaver aspect again, Kathy.
say it again.
The Weaver aspect.
Totally.
And it's
And
interesting. She's got the recurve bow in her lap with the arrows.
uh-huh.
And when you guys were talking about birds on the dress earlier, I was like, oh, it looks like a recurve bow with an arrow knocked. So where you guys saw the birds, I saw
Where in this one?
further back, the one with the
Oh,
this
here.
one. Yeah. That's funny because I saw what looked like a bow with an arrow knocked in it.
Oh, I see.
But there's a bird in it. And then it's
Yes.
almost like the greenery looks like a bow with an arrow. That's weird. Interesting.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting. This is an instrument, and something else. What did I read? This was, do any of you Thoth people know
Which one?
this shape?
I don't remember that, but one thing that stood out to me when I was reading the Tarot handbook is the division of soft and hard lines. So the top half is all soft lines and curve,
Oh, yeah.
like hard
Right.
lines. And she talks about like the curved lines are soft, magnetic, yin and receptive, and then the straight lines are strong, dynamic, yang and assertive.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't actually finished created my little thing yet, but uh, but all the crystals at the bottom all represent different things. Like the triangular one is mental intuition, round one for emotional, the diamond is spiritual insight, and the octagonal is physically registered information.
Yeah, Lady Frida Harris, she goes for it with the symbols.
Right.
She does this multiple times in this deck where a part of the human doesn't even look real, like it looks like stone. And then you can see see the curves there compared to here where it looks like it's all, the knee is just at 90 degrees, which of course it isn't. But that's on purpose. That's reflecting what Tony's saying here.
Well, and I'm pretty sure it's this one, and then the hanged man from this deck.
Yeah.
If you put them like top to top,
Okay.
the veil comes into the hail, like it's like the same veil that goes into the hanged man,
Okay.
which is pretty cool to if when you see them like together, it really does look like it just kind of blends, like it's like a flip of the card.
Help when we get to Hangman, help me remember
Yeah.
to find those and do that so that we can look at it. There's also a lot of the Tree of Life symbolism in this, which is beyond my knowledge. But if anybody wants to dive in, we can definitely. I would be happy to learn more if you want to do that. So I loved that this was, this luminous veil would be the high priestess, helping to see things in different ways. Um, Janet, what were you chewing on with the high priestess?
Well, this whole thing about the veil, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And that is clearly Isis sitting on her throne.
Mm,
Everything I've read about what you're calling the Hathor horns is Isis. This is
mm.
Isis. So you've probably all seen that statue of her,
Yeah,
and
oh
she
yeah.
has this
Oh,
veil.
she's got the actual
Veil.
fabric.
And the quote supposedly on the plaque at her temple in Sais, Egypt is, I am all that was, all that is, all that ever shall be, and no mortal man hath me unveiled. So what I'm picking up is when we step into our high priestess, our shamanic, our wisdom, our knowing, she's lifting that veil ever so slightly. She's letting us get little whispers like that snake whispering into the Pythia's ear. Little whispers, little whispers.
Mm, mm. I love that. Oh my gosh, that it's that statue.
It's
Of
that
course it
statue.
is.
She sits exactly like that. Now, mind you, she has a long skirt, but still, she
Yeah,
doesn't have her arms out up at the top. She has
right.
her hands down her leg, but the statue is clear below her waist.
Yeah,
And then I guess she's allowing us ever so slightly to take a peek behind the veil.
yeah.
So Kathy, if you can spotlight me, I can share the two cards together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hang on. There we go. Spotlight.
You can speak probably too. Can you see that?
Yeah. Wow.
Like they kind of
Yeah.
sense blend into each other. I forget, I think it was the first book I think I read on the Thoth. And I thought that was interesting that, just kind of the lines are supposedly like blend into each other with the two cards. And I forget what the reasoning was that he was talking about in that book.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back to it.
Yeah.
I'll go back and I'll let you know. And then when we get to the hangman, we can cover it again.
Perfect.
Oh, that's a wow.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Do I have any more cards? I'm not sure. Oh, so I just thought this was pretty cool. In my looking about the Thoth deck, I found these. We know her art from the tarot, but she did a lot of the Masons. She did a lot of art for the Masons. But I thought that this was very much like the High Priestess, this stairway out into infinity. And the towers and or the columns, and same idea here. She's just very geometric. The moon.
Were those variations of the High Priestess card? Because I know she did many variations of
And
them.
I didn't put those up here, but yeah, if you guys go into the Discord, you'll see. Didn't I post? Yeah, I posted them there because you saw them, Tony. Um, supposedly she painted some of these for like a year, and she would just do it over and over and over until she got it exactly the way she wanted. And so that there were two that I found of the High Priestess. It's hard. Her work is not much online, which is a little bit too bad.
I love all of the feminine symbols going up the ladder with the cross
Yes.
of Lorraine and the chalice at the top and the key, which actually reminds me more of like Hecate, interestingly. That's really cool. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Get back.
One more.
Yeah. And in the star, is that the Venus symbol?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Or
Symbol, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Circle with the cross at the bottom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look, this looks like a person. A really tall person. And this looks almost like a veil because you can see the floor under it. Okay, so write down July 24th, 5 p.m. And okay, it's 6:23. So the dark or the dormant side of the High Priestess. So if you read we'll start to talk about in not just what these cards mean, but when you put it in context of when you're doing a reading for yourself, the situation, or for another person, right? You can't just say, oh, here's the High Priestess and she means this. You have to make it relate back to whatever the question is. So the dark side, and this is just to like put in the back of your mind. It would be the opposite of what we just talked about. If that's what hits you when you're using your intuition and a question. So that someone has lost their connection to their spirit world. They don't have contact with their inner voice. They have repressed feelings. Maybe they're keeping secrets. Maybe there's a deception involved in the situation. Something is hidden. Maybe they're not telling you the whole situation. And that's something that is going to pop into your head when you've talked to them, and then the high priestess comes and you have to be like, huh, I know she means this in a big broad swath, but what does she mean in this situation? It could be a person is hiding in the shadows in a way. It could mean that they only care about surface level things. It might mean that they have a really repressed feminine side being caught in the material world. And I'm sure you can probably come up with more of those. So so in general, what the high priestess is saying is, maybe take a break from the outer world and go deep inside. Maybe pull out your journal. Maybe, that might be what you tell your person. Go within, follow your intuition. Maybe they're thinking about things so much and they're not listening to the ideas that are bubbling up from inside. They may be needing help from outside somewhere. Maybe they need some therapy from an expert. It might be saying, try an approach that's not as traditional as what you're thinking. They might be asking, they might need to trust something that pushes their boundaries, an alternative solution. They might be needing to enter their temple like we do. Is there a truth that they're not willing to see? So I have some questions for you. And I also thought that we could go over the evolution, fool, magician to the high priestess. But we don't have time for both unless we want to keep going. So let's, I'm going to turn this so I can see everybody. What do you want to do? Do we want to end in 3 minutes and I'll put the questions in an email? How's everybody feeling? Exhausted?
I'm free. I'm good to go, but I'm fine either way.
Branwen, you're good to go? Janet?
Yep.
Sandra? Camelia?
Yeah. I'm going to need to go. So as long as it's recorded or you put it in an email, like you said, I'm good.
Okay, it's recorded. And so pop off whenever you need.
Okay. Sounds good.
So tell me your ideas as we move from the fool. Ooh, okay, dog came out of her crate because the storm is over. As we move from the fool to the magician to the high priestess, like what's the gist of how this is, what's the evolution?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like levels of initiation to a degree.
Say a little bit more.
So it's like we take that creative elemental knowledge of the magician, and then that next stage that we move into is the creatrix wisdom, that deeper wisdom of the high priestess. So it's almost like that's the next page, or the next level of initiation. It's like we've moved through that baser understanding of the elements of the elemental wisdom and moved into a more etheric, universal
Mm-hmm.
magic.
Mm-hmm. That's a good word to use with her. Etheric.
So I feel like for the Fool, it's kind of like that beginning initiatory state of, the um maybe like universal unformed consciousness type thing. And then when we get into the Magician, it's, a little bit more solid, and it's like creating through um using the elements around us, and like almost like like we're now taking that universal consciousness, and that's creating these elements and using it to bend it to our needs. But then when we get to the High Priestess, we've already played with all that. We are that. We are expressing that. Like I wrote, like we're expressing that through ourselves. It's now us, and we're expressing it into the world, um, through ourselves, instead of it being out here in the.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love
Mm-hmm.
that, Tony. It's almost like we've gone through needing the trappings,
Mm.
and then we get to where we no longer need the trappings because we know it's all within.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
And not to get too ahead, but the next one, we're actually going to be giving birth to it,
Right. Yep, we're not there yet.
It's been like I think I've told you, I can't remember if I told everyone here, or I know a few of you have heard me say this, but I've been deep soul writing with the High Priestess and having her pick a card for me every day. And like it has been magic. Like I freaking love it. And like I've just been getting so much out of it. Like I actually feel like it's been helping me deepen my deep soul writing, because I didn't, like, for a while I was like, yeah, I might be getting messages here and there, but something about because the question I ask her to pick me, what is my wish for tomorrow, or what is your wish for me for tomorrow, like how we do at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
sessions. Like I really love that question, and I feel like the question just keeps it so open that I can't really make it up. Like I have to actually feel what's coming at me. Uh,
Mm.
and I've just been getting some crazy, amazing responses.
Oh, I love it. A lot of people do that. You can do it with your birthday, but then you don't have a choice. But as your ally for the year or whatever, or to get through a hard situation, yes, I'm going to choose the devil. I'm going to choose the High Priestess. What do you have? Help me. Yeah, it's like the best prayer. Um, finding inspiration in different ways. Sometimes we need to get like jolted out of our old ways.
Yeah, and so when, like, I'll ask the question when I'm doing the cards, like, what is your wish for me for tomorrow? And then in Deep Soul Writing, ask, why did you pick this card? Like, why
Mm,
is my wish, your wish for me? And I think because it's so like just so open-ended, and I really like can't make it up. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's amazing. That's great. So, do we want to do some questions? Little bit of rapid fire, and then I'll send them out to you. You can work with them again if you'd like. Um, I don't even know what I wrote. Okay. Is there something deep behind that veil that the High Priestess is hoping you will unearth or bring to the light? Is there a fear you are carrying that the high priestess would like you to confront, to look into its eyes? The high priestess is still and patient. What is she asking of you? If the high priestess were an animal, which animal would she be? Are you needing to foster a deeper connection to the spirit realm? Checking in with your subconscious. Is your subconscious mind happy with the amount of attention you give to your inner world? Is there a change you'd like to make in the outer world of your life? It doesn't have to be big. It can just be fine tuning somewhere. And if so, what might the high priestess suggest you do to bring that about? It can even be funny. Hey, does everybody have their deck? I want you to, we're going to do a wish for each other, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. So shuffle your deck. While you're shuffling, you know, put it into your energy system. I'm wanting to pull cards to show my wish for my tarot group for our next 2 weeks together in our morphic realm. And shuffle your cards and be sensitive to when they feel like they're finished and it's ready for you. You'll know. And then with your non-dominant hand, I want you to put 3 piles of your cards in front of you. Just break your deck into 3 piles. If you're working on the floor, you should have a piece of fabric or something beautiful to protect your cards that you lay them on. If you don't have that, find something for the next time. And now with your non-dominant hand, pick up the bottom card of 2 of these piles. And then you can put the rest of your deck back together. Now you have 2 cards. I want you to come up with one message because of the 2 cards. Relate them to each other. We're just looking at what it looks like. If you know what the card means, great. Just mix that in. Is everybody ready? Okay. These are the two cards I got, two major arcana. So this is an important message. May you all understand how strong and bright you are. May you know that there is a constant flow that's perfect, but we don't know the details of. And never forget that you can go outside and look up at the stars to find some magic. My beloveds. Okay. Who else is ready?
I am.
Okay.
The two cards are the Fool and the Eight of Swords. And the message to me is be not afraid. You're on the path. You're on the sacred feminine path. All you have to do is lift the cover of the cage and fly.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So my two cards are the Two of Discs and the Eight of Discs. And so with change being the only constant, I wish us to approach it with good judgment and prudence.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, I can go next. Okay. First, I got the King of Wands. To me, that represents the king granting our wishes.
Mm.
And the next card was the Ten of Cups. And to me, it was filled with joy and rainbows, and the wishes are all fulfilled.
May it be so.
Yes, I guess you're right.
So I have, this one has come up for me so much. It's the Empress.
Mm.
I don't know. I can't wait to get to this card because this is a big, big theme throughout my experience with this deck so far. And then my second card, which I love that it's the same woman in the same dress, and it's Strength. And I don't know how easy it is to see this card, but she is opening the jaws of a giant
Oh,
trap.
whoa.
And so I feel as though, the domesticity, these daily tasks, the little things that we do to care for ourselves, to care for our bodies, to care for those around us. I wish for us to all see and recognize the far-reaching effects
Mm.
of what those little domestic, daily, just getting by chores that we feel don't create the change that we're looking to see, they do.
Mhm.
And they not only free us, but they free those around us, and they create a greater effect than we know. And we are stronger than we know just through getting, through those little daily survival aspects of the day-to-day life.
Mhm.
We're stronger than we realize.
Spectacular. What incredible blessings. And we send them to Cassie and her dog. Keep them in your hearts. And
Right.
Freddie and help me, Meritaten. And my brain is so tired, Altery.
And Camellia.
And
that
Camellia,
went
who had to leave
anymore.
early. Yes. Okay. 2 weeks from now, spend time with the high priestess. And go ahead.
Empress.
Yes. Next is the Empress. We can see each other on Discord. You can always write to me, email, messenger, anything, and enjoy what you're doing. This is fun, huh?
Yes, love it.
Yeah. Okay. Be well, everybody. We'll see each
Yes.
other soon.